gentlemen, may I direct your attention to something quite
Again.
Chris, the Herons are back. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 153 of the Battered Herons podcast. I am your host, Daniel Granada, and alongside me, as always, Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
Listen, it wasn't a fun game. Referee is a disaster. I don't know who that is, but we all need to join forces, every one of us, and we need to find that guy on social media and make sure that he gets canceled, blocked from anything possible ever in life.
Why was he a disaster?
I mean, he was awful. Like, first of all, that whole referee career, the whole referee clan, they need to go find another job, all of them. Like, did you see the blunder that happened at the end with the flag?
Yeah, but the flag was broken.
Well, then have a backup. I don't know. Do your
That's
job.
what they did. That's what I'm
And
flying around from one
referee,
side of the
you know,
pitch
all
to
right.
the other.
Well, you know what? Get the other referee. Do your job. Go give it to your referee buddy. Why? Get out of here.
The only thing that I thought that the refs messed up on were after the 9 minutes given, half of that was time wasted by Montreal, and it really wasn't added after. But outside of that, like, I wouldn't complain about the refs at
The
all.
referee took 74 minutes to write a name and a number on his little Blues Clues mouse, his little Blues Clues pad. Like, this guy's got a whole Blues Clues book that he's writing names and numbers on. Like, took out his little crayon like Steve from Blues Clues. Get out of here, man.
The refs were as bad as they always are in every game.
No,
Nashville
this was
fans are
awful.
complaining about refs are always bad. It's very weird that anybody's ever happy with the refs.
Yep.
The only time that I thought that they really messed up today was with the time wasting that Montreal did with those two guys that went down and stayed down for a while, and they didn't give the additional time at the end of those 9 minutes. So I really thought that's it. Other than that, I didn't think it was that big a deal.
I love Lawson Sunderland. I love him. He is awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna get into all that. But real quick, how was the game? I didn't make it out to the game. I feel like crap. I'm sick. So I gave the tickets away to my parents. But how was it? Was because Messi wasn't playing? Was the vibe a little different? Were there less people out there? How was that?
There was a lot less people. There was like maybe 10 people in the Montreal supporter corner. And I mean, it was nice, I guess. You know, at the end of the day, it was a good show out. So,
Well, I enjoy watching the games when my team is the underdog. It's always fun to see if they can, even though they weren't the underdog, right? We still had a good squad. But
yeah.
all right, let's go ahead and let's start. So, starting 11.
I'm gonna
I
step
got it
away
up
for
here.
just a
Let me put it up for you.
second. Give me just a moment. I'm gonna step away just for a second. I'm gonna do something real quick.
All right. I got you. So, the starting 11, we had Taylor and Campana up top. In the middle, we had Sunderland, Rodondo, and Gressel. And in the back, we had Alba, Allen, Christoph, Aviles, and Ruiz. I guess you more or less expected something similar to this because we kind of knew that there would be rotation. But I was surprised to see Luis Suarez on the bench. But I thought everything else seemed pretty basically what you would expect, right? We knew Jordi Alba would play since he didn't play on Thursday.
Well, and I want to mention before we get into the starting 11, I want to give a shout out to Tank. I ran into Tank today. Bruno, ran into him. It was a pleasure. It was awesome. Was able to chat with him a little bit. And I ran into someone else. He was with his kid. I didn't get his name, but if you're in the chat, please, mention yourself. I didn't get your names, but I want to give you a shout out. At least, I ran into you, had a good conversation. So, but yeah, man, it was dope. Yeah, Dennis, I ran into Tank. He is official tissue, a real human, and he was cool. So, good for that. Starting 11, I don't know if you noticed, Danny, but I mentioned something about David Ruiz playing right back. And
because we said that he had done it last year at some point.
Yeah, and that didn't surprise me. So seeing him there was nice. I liked seeing Sunderland start. I liked seeing Campana and Taylor up at the top. And like you said, it was kind of a surprise to not see Suarez start. But I figured
I was surprised that I was surprised that Suarez was available to play at all. I thought that he was going to be like Messi, just hanging out in the crowd.
Well, I didn't think he was going to be hanging out in the crowd because I think that he's still got to get his work in. Busquets is also somebody that I'm actually kind of surprised that he didn't start. I figured he would start and Redondo would come in for him. But other than that, I didn't think anything too negative about the starting lineup. I thought it was pretty good.
I don't know. I thought Gressel would be right wing back and David Ruiz would be playing that right mid.
Yeah.
Because Gressel, that's his position, right wing back. That's what everybody says that he's best at. That's what he played against Nashville. But they wanted him to, I guess, assist more on the offensive end. So I guess nothing crazy about the starting 11. But it was cool to see Robert Taylor and Campana up there. A little blast from the past.
And look, Alba playing left starting, I thought that was pretty fresh. That kind of tells you that like he is completely willing to play like a full game, like no problems.
Alba is the Iron Man on this team.
Yes, he is. He is. That's something that's very impressive to see. Absolutely. And look, Soccer Daddy's mentioning referee sucks, formation sucks, positioning sucks. I mean, it doesn't bode well when we get scored on early in the game. So that kind of really sucked.
Well, the fact that we keep playing with three in the back is still frustrating to me. Like, and
Well,
you
I
know
mean,
what?
just
I
because
think
there's five in the back.
it's not five in the back because the wing backs play up so high. It's three in the back. It's more of a 3-5-2. But regardless,
Some Mike V beef.
on top of everything else, more than the formation is the fact that we play that high line. Because in reality, I mean, let me check. I haven't checked the stats, but in reality, we held possession. We played very well, but you just get caught on the counter just a couple times, turn the ball over, and you're playing such a high line that and thank God that what was this guy's name that he was annoying the hell out of me, the Uruguayan guy, was it Cocarro or something like that?
Yeah.
That guy sucked ass. He had a couple of clean opportunities and he just couldn't come. If it wasn't for him sucking so bad, this game would have been a lot uglier. But that guy was bad. Like that guy sucks.
Well, One World, One Goal's mentioning that Christoph stopped that goal when Drake had a glitch in the Matrix. Absolutely. I mean, Calendar had a couple glitches, so I don't want to let him off the hook because I'm pretty sure that everybody here in the chat is going to destroy Calendar.
Oh yeah, so yeah, let's if you want, we could start there. We could start with Calendar's poor performance while Joker checks in from 95 South. Traffic is worse than the loss. Yeah, no, traffic out of Chase Stadium is rough.
Yes, I mean, well, look with Calendar, I don't know what it was. Like he just kept on like coming up because he probably thought he had opportunities to get the ball, but like every time he would do that, it'd be out the box.
The way he misread that header though, that was really bad. Like you can't do that. Like if it would have been anybody else, even Joseph on the capitalized, they would have capitalized that one time real quick. But this other guy sucks so bad. He missed some easy opportunity. That's all.
Yeah, it wasn't great. And Mike V is mentioning something very powerful here. That Tank is going to be super happy. So when he catches it, hopefully he doesn't get here live to be able to catch it. But I don't know, man. And I don't think, and there's another Bruno in here saying that is it possible that Calendar is affected because of Yedlin's sale or trade or whatever?
Maybe.
Could be it. I mean, look, David Ruiz isn't bad. So
no, but I think he's talking about because he's buddy. He's depressed.
I mean, what is he gonna do? He's gonna take the first flight to Cincinnati? Like, come on.
Nah, it's they understand that they're professionals. This is part of the sport. They know.
Yeah. Well, I know that Mike V is hating on me right now, saying that I'm doing the show from the Calendar Fan Club suite. I'm not. Look, dude, he was not great. He wasn't great. The defense wasn't great either. So like you can't put it 100% on Calendar either, you know. So
well, I think, like I said, I think even more than our defenders, it's the positioning. We get caught out of position because we play such a high line, and and Dada, I forgot who it was. Somebody was saying, not too long ago, I forgot who it was. But somebody was saying that they thought that Dada being so hard headed might be a good thing because he sticks with it, and then it ends up working out because they were talking about like the 5-0 win against Orlando. But I mean, the benefit today was that Montreal wasn't pressing us, so we had time to bring the ball up. We just couldn't finish. Would you agree with me? At least Nashville had a bad day too. Yeah, I mean, but Nashville went heavy with rotation. Like
Yeah.
they didn't start any of their starting 11. Um, would you agree with me that Jordi Alba is our not our best player, but our most important player?
I think that Jordi Alba, because I don't know if you picked this up, but I picked this up towards the end of the game. I'd say the last 20 minutes of the game, I actually noticed that Jordi Alba went from playing left wing back and he started sort of roaming the middle of the field, kind of like what Messi
Oh,
does.
yeah, he was playing like the inverted fullback. Like he was playing in the middle of the field. He was, and
Yes.
you would see him on the right side all the time. He was the offense, and I think that Jordi Alba, if you look statistically, all year long we've been building up the left side with Jordi Alba. Like he
Yeah.
is our offense. He is the one that gets the offense moving, and I think that he might be our glue. He might be that guy we need. He had some beautiful crosses, low crosses to the top of the box, and people just couldn't convert. Um, you know what? Let me ask you, what did you think about
Everybody's saying
Campana
it.
today?
Well, I've been waiting for that question. That's a question that I've been waiting for, and he had a couple opportunities, and he biffed on an opportunity and slid right in front of me. If it wasn't because he looked so handsome, I didn't curse at him. So, and he even slid like a model, like a novella model. So, all the Campana lovers are gonna hate it, but like he should have capitalized. He should have capitalized today. I think today was the day that he should have really capitalized.
And early in the game, there were a couple moments where David Ruiz and I believe Gressel also tried to catch him with some through balls, but he just didn't make the run.
Yeah,
Campana, I thought had a pretty bad day today. Like I thought that okay, he got that headed goal. Maybe that'll that'll get
that
some
was
things going for
nice.
him.
Right in
Yeah, I
front
thought
of
that
us.
that might ignite something in him. But all in all, I think he had a pretty poor game.
Well, and Alejandro is here saying that this defense is worse than my
Oh,
divorce.
there we go, Alejandro. That's our guy.
You're
We were
back,
looking for you last
Alejandro. It's
episode.
good. I love that you're back, baby. Okay, that's what matters. You're here with us, and you're back. I love it. Okay, and the defense worse than your divorce. Listen, I wouldn't say that much. At least I hope not.
Well,
Um,
I'm sorry.
but it was bad.
Our defense gave up how many goals today in open play? I understand the set piece goals are technically defense, but in open play, how many goals do we give up?
I think it was
One.
only one. Yeah.
It was one. It was one. And I know that they had all the opportunities, but they gave up one goal. Now, set pieces, that's been something from the Neville days. Like we just haven't been able to figure out how to defend set pieces. That's always been our weakness. Since before Tata was here, we just couldn't do it. Last year, we gave up nine goals off of corner kicks.
Yeah.
15 off of set pieces last year. Last year in the Leagues Cup final, when we went 1-1 and then ended up going to penalty kicks, the only goal that Nashville made was off of a corner kick. Like this is something that I remember we were talking about it last year where we had no idea, like what do we do?
Yeah.
When Neville was playing, they were playing like a zone. They weren't man marking. This year they're man marking, but they just do they not have the height? I don't know what it is. It's that the effort.
I don't think so.
The set piece defense is atrocious on this team. It's been like that since last year and again this year.
Well, and that's something. Look, Joe Kerr's mentioning just real quick before we talk about little set piece defense that no ex-Miami player scored, which is sad for me. I actually wanted to see Lassiter score. That's a plus. If Joseph had a bicycle kick goal, I would have walked out immediately. That would have been horrible.
David Ruiz had a chance at one.
Yes, he did. I think, and Jason is saying everyone is just tired, nothing to worry about. I don't think it's the height though, because we do have a ton of tall players. I don't know if like
Noah Allen playing center back.
But I think the issue is like, do they play zone? Do they play man? Like, what's the deal there? Like,
I think they're man marking. Look, somebody says it's Diego Alonso. We've been like set pieces for us has always been a weakness. Always. I remember I used to come on here last season, before Messi got here, and every episode I would end it with the percentage of headed duels that we were winning, and how we were like at like 30-something% worse than the league. And every week I would update it because we were just so bad at winning headers, and off of set pieces we would always get beat. And and it hit us big time today.
Well, and people are mentioning that it's the positioning. We're leaving people unmarked. Francisco's saying it just comes down to practice, repeat, repeat, repeat. And GFR, I don't think that you're wrong here. Alba is our real captain. I definitely see that because he seems to be the most vocal player as well.
He was giving
So-
Christoph an earful because every time they went for a long ball, it never worked out.
Yeah.
It never worked with the long ball. They had to build it up, and Christoph went for a long ball, and it didn't obviously pan out. And then
Yeah.
Alba gave him an earful, and Alba is that guy, at least on the defense, and you need that because of, even though Alba was contributing defensively also. I mean, you don't really count on him for the defense as much as everybody else, but he is the one that rips into people, and I like that, man. Jordi Alba is, you know what? I always said that I would never get a name on the back of my jersey, and then I decided, okay, Messi, maybe because it's Messi, obviously. Jordi Alba is one that I'm considering.
You know, and let me tell you, I think he would be a good player. I actually was talking to my son about it earlier today because he wanted to get a Messi jersey. I got him a Messi jersey, and he asked me what player would I get, and I said I'd probably get Taylor, and I think Alba would be a good decision. This is one thing I want to talk a little bit about. Elizabeth says Curvstoff needs bench. So Christoph, how do you feel about how he played? Because I mean, obviously he turned into like a super defender when Calendar was out of place. So
I
what?
sorry, I just saw this real quick. All right, so appreciate that, Vice City Lucas. Christoph. Christoph. Yeah, outside of that save that he had where Drake misread that ball and basically gave a free goal and didn't take it, he didn't have a good game either. The third goal that was the only one in open play. The reason that they scored is because it deflected off of Christoph's leg. I know that that's not necessarily his fault, but
yeah,
Christoph didn't look good today. He didn't.
So I mean, Christoph. It seems like, I mean, look, is it just the speed that's the killer? I mean, look, Deegan is mentioning offside was an issue today as well on the offensive side. Yeah, man. And we had so many great opportunities on those quote unquote offside plays. Oh, man, there was a beautiful pass that was made over to, I don't know if it was to Robert
Probably
Taylor. No, it wasn't from Jordi Alba's side. It was from the right side. I don't know if it was like Tata or if it was Redondo that made the pass over to Taylor. Oh my goodness, it was beautiful. Is that a map on the back? Is that what? No, that's not a map. I have a desk back there with a random broom, so I don't have a map. I'll get with that $199. I'll buy a map.
With to the offside point, we're leading the league in offsides.
It's well, I think Luis Suarez always gets caught offsides. No,
I think just about everybody. The timing just isn't there yet. Redondo, I thought was laying off some beauties also. Obviously, a lot of people were getting caught offside, but I thought Redondo was doing a pretty good job as the deep line playmaker because he's playing CDM, playing pretty far back, but he's still creating from his position with some great vertical passes. I really enjoyed watching Redondo today. It looks like Redondo is going to be a baller. I'm happy to see Christoph.
So thank you guys for the donations here. Alejandro dropping a $4.99 little chat bomb, whatever, the super bombs. So I appreciate it. Thank you. I will not have mops back. Is that a mop? Do I have my mop back there? No, it's a freaking broom. It's a broom, bro. Come on, guys. Look,
do you use regular mops or do you use the Cuban orange little cloth broom?
I used to use the orange cloth, but I actually recently just bought the mop, and then I'm like, oh, this is not that effective. So I think I'm gonna go back to the Cuban cloth with the tea stick.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right. So David Ruiz playing right wing back. Defensively, I thought Lassiter was having his way with him going down the right side, but I thought that David Ruiz does look good offensively. I rather not see David Ruiz back there as a defender anymore. I think David Ruiz should stay in the midfield or even as a winger. But I thought that David Ruiz looked pretty good. I thought Sunderland looked good. I don't know what you thought about Sunderland.
I thought I mentioned in the beginning of the show, I thought Sunderland looked fantastic. And before I keep going, Jay Vasquez is saying that I don't want to let my kids put stuff on their walls. I don't want to. Yeah, and you're right. I'm that guy. I don't want to let my kids put anything on the walls. And I'm not buying a Nashville flag with that $4.99 Deegan. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do it.
But you're not getting the $4.99 back.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll buy something else, but not the Nashville flag. Well, maybe. I mean, because maybe I'll get like one of those things that show Inter Miami and Nashville. But I think David Ruiz was really impressive on the right wing back position. He was super saucy. I mean, I'm pretty sure you saw that live on TV.
Yeah, no,
like he was in his bag.
You know those balls where they're like it's all gonna be a goal kick, so the defender kind of just blocks everybody off from the touchline so that nobody saves it. David Ruiz went and kind of went around the guy anyway, saved it, and worked his way into the box. David Ruiz has an engine on him. I really enjoy watching him in the midfield and in the final third. I don't think that he should be playing right wing back. Will he grow into the position if they keep playing him there? Maybe. I think that it's possible, right? I didn't think Noah Allen played very well at center back the very first preseason game I saw him, and eventually he grew into that, and I think that he's looking pretty good at center back now. But I mean, I'd rather see David Ruiz in the midfield or in the final third, or they're playing wing, like the left wing or whatever.
But now, and that's the thing, right? Like I always thought, for example, that Ruiz not only has a higher ceiling, but I think he's better than like players like Diego Gomez. And essentially, Diego Gomez is the guy who's sort of taken away the opportunity of David Ruiz to have the midfield. So, like, I think that Tata is basically putting him at right wing back because he's like, I can't do anything else with him, and I got to use the kid.
You know, Diego Gomez is leading the league in fouls.
Well, I mean, he's a super aggressive player. That's what you get out of these engine guys, these never stop guys. These
I like it.
I mean, of course you like it. I like it too, but like
that's what Gregory used to lead the league in fouls.
But what else are you doing though, right? Like what? At least David Ruiz is being somewhat effective on offense. Like this kid's listen. There was a play where he ran all the way to the end of his line on our offensive side. So I don't know what we're doing. So. And Abijay is saying Taylor Twellman has forced me to watch it on mute. If you understand Spanish or you don't, even better.
The Spanish is usually really good.
Yes.
On JFR, are we still top of the league? Technically we are because of goal differential, but it's also because we've played one more game than everybody else. So I mean, look at Justin Blair.
Oh my God. Justin Blair takes the first opportunity that we take a L and just comes in here and just starts clotheslining everybody. Like, come on. And so there's I
was going to read the comment that he said haters are in the building. Miami's get relegated.
Oh my goodness. We're already getting relegated. Who's going to fill in our spot? Miami FC? How are they doing? So I mean, and there's people asking, who is this Borgelin guy? He is the Haitian Holland. He came in at the end.
He is not the Haitian Holland because the Haitian Holland would have finished that chance he had right in front of goal at the very end of the game.
Yeah.
So it sucks. I thought that it was weird that they decided to go with 3 strikers at the end of the game. I thought that was a really stupid tactic. I've been trying to defend Tata. But I gotta say, I can't do it too much longer if he's gonna keep playing with 3 in the back, and if he's gonna put out three strikers at the end of the game. If you have Campana, I saw Borgelin. Borgelin got the ball and he won it on our own side of the field, and he tried to run up the right side. He's not that guy. He doesn't have that speed. We shouldn't be having 3 strikers to end the game. Now, was Robert Taylor gassed? Maybe. But unless Robert Taylor's asking to come out of the game, you keep Robert Taylor there. There's no reason for Borgelin to come in for Robert Taylor. Robert Taylor was balling. I thought Robert Taylor was destined to score a goal because he had a few opportunities. He went from outside the box with a one-timer. Beautiful, just went wide right. He had that other one where he basically just tipped it up and it hit the top of the bar. I really thought that Robert Taylor was really doing a good job in that first half of trying to create for us.
Well, and the crazy part about that is that you have Taylor who, with or without Messi, he's down to like push the pace. He's down to be able to press on offense. And I feel like there's a lot of other players that when you're not playing with Messi or Messi's not on the field, that they're not willing to go ahead and push the pace up. They're sort of bringing it back, towards the defensive line. So,
Well, and this what
that's a
Hoffman
good
just
one,
said.
Hoffman. That's a
When we
good one.
said Campana had his chance to shine today,
That's a good one.
like the way Robert Taylor was standing out to everybody today is the way Campana should have looked. Because Robert Taylor
Absolutely.
stood out to everybody. You could tell that he has class, that he was being a big contributor in the offense.
Yes.
And Campana didn't. But that's what we were waiting for Campana to do, for him to stand out that way. Jordi Alba, I'm sorry. The last 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, Jordi Alba took over that game. Jordi Alba put his stamp on that game. Even when he wasn't scoring, he was moving the ball. He was making key passes. But Campana just isn't doing that.
Well, and this is the reason. Look, Taylor is the only attacker who can go one-on-one. I don't understand how to read that, so I'm not even going to touch that. Listen, it's like what you said. This is what we want Campana to do, and he's not. And this is one of the reasons why Taylor is not going to leave this team. This team is going to do whatever it takes to be able to hold on to Taylor. So Erwin Rodriguez is saying Campana is the same. I don't know if that means good or bad. Alex Rivas saying seems like a tap in, hand off forward. That was a good header by Campana, but he had other opportunities. So,
and we had a couple of opportunities that were offsides.
Yes.
I thought that we could have scored a couple of times, but it was just offside. And for everybody that keeps saying that the refs want Inter Miami to win, look, if they really wanted us to win, they would give us some of those calls. Like, I don't know. I'm sure that we get some favorable calls because of Messi, but they're not trying to fucking flip the games upside down for us.
And now Mr. Krabs is asking, why did we get rid of DeAndre Yedlin? I mean, we can give you like the actual answer for like salary cap reasons, or we could just give you what everybody else says, that he sucked.
No, he did not suck. It was for salary cap reasons. And once we got rid of DeAndre Yedlin and Jean Mota, we cleared up like $1.5 million in salary space. So
yes. So I mean, look, I think in the first, so if we're gonna sort of break down this first half, second half, then I think Gressel, he also had a couple plays where I was very sort of hesitant to see, okay, he's doing pretty decent, but then he's not doing very well. And look, Joe Guru mentions it in the chat. Redondo and Gressel did a few nice ones, but this 3-5-2 is not helping at all. Listen, I do agree with that.
Appreciate you, Joe. I thought that, you know what I thought of Sunderland? Because he didn't mention Sunderland, but when I was watching, I thought that Gressel, Redondo, and Sunderland looked pretty good in the midfield. And when I was watching Sunderland, I thought to myself, if this would have been pre-Messi, we would have been falling in love with Sunderland.
Oh, yeah.
Like if it would have been like the Higuain days where we're just trying to make the playoffs or whatnot, Sunderland would have been like, wow, we love this kid. And not to say that we don't right now, but we know that he doesn't have a permanent spot in the starting 11, right?
But he's about that action.
But I like this kid. This kid is gonna be good. Like that play where he had that, who was it? Was it Gressel that he laid it off to Gressel and then he made that run to the touchline and then he centered it. Like this kid Sunderland he's gonna be a baller. I really like this kid. I have a feeling that he's gonna be really good. But unfortunately on this team right now, like I said, Higuain days, he would probably be a starter. Right now, he's gonna be a depth piece, which is fine because the people that he's behind right now are gonna be teaching him plenty in the trainings and whatnot.
And Football Lover is saying, Football Lover, I've seen your comments. Like, come on, cut it out. Without Messi, Inter Miami is nothing. I mean, we scored a couple goals today. So one of them was a Messi guy. Another one wasn't a Messi guy. Like, at the end of the day, you can say Inter Miami is nothing without Messi. Football Lover, you can agree all you want, but, like, get over it. Get out of here.
And then how did Messi win League Cup with this shit team?
Wow. No, we can't get in the quicksand with these guys, Danny. Let's not do it. Let's not do this.
Because you know what, Football Lover? We appreciate you watching. But if you want to watch a Messi podcast, feel free. I'm sure that there's other ones out there, so you can
Yeah,
go
they're
find
just
another
fucking
podcast to listen to.
fucking slobber on it. Like, get out,
All
get
right.
out.
So well, you go ahead. Keep going.
No, I mean, other than that, like we had really good contribution from Redondo, which is good. Gresso played, at decent a little here and there. He had his moments. I love seeing David Ruiz play. I love seeing how he played. I love his aggression, both on defense and on offense. Robert Taylor, to me, does nothing bad, and he plays defense as well. Campana, I mean, at this point, we don't know what we're getting from him. So, other than that, I mean, maybe we could talk about who was the worst player that we think played the game. Like, all right, chat, if you guys had to pick one person that was like the worst player on the whole field, other than the referee. So, who is probably the worst player on our team?
All right. Well, I'll answer while we wait for the chat to start filling in.
Oh, there's
I
a lot
think
of different ones.
I think it would be either Campana or Calendar. I
Well,
think
a lot of
that's
people are
what I would
saying
go.
calendar, and some people are saying Toto Aviles. Oh, Christoph easily by Vice City Lucas.
Christoph didn't have a good game either. When
Uh,
I'm looking right now at the ratings on who scored, and Christoph is the second lowest. The only person lower
ooh.
is Drake. Drake had a 5.2.
And there's people saying Toto, Campana, or Drake. Drake was insecure.
Yeah.
Drake. I mean, a lot of people mentioning that.
Well, look, I think that that Drake, I think he might let things linger in his head, because when he made that mistake where he went for that header and then Christoph saved his ass, there was a corner kick right after that,
Yeah.
and then they scored on that corner. He
Yes.
didn't he
Off the
didn't
header.
come
Yep.
he didn't come out and attack that ball. He kind of just like that guy was unmarked, it seemed, and he just scored, and it had happened like just like seconds after he had made that blunder where he misread that header. So I think that maybe he lets things affect him. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. But I think that Drake had a bad day, and I think that was a bad sequence right there where he misread that header, and then they got saved, and then literally in the next kick, the corner kick, they gave up the goal anyway.
You think that they had like this sort of game plan or like this like scouting review of Montreal where he felt comfortable like coming out of the goal, like coming out of the goal often, or like different things that he had to do against this team? Because like you said, he just played like all kinds of whacked out. Like it's just different
No,
than we'd seen from him.
we've seen him clear balls like that before with his head. Like he comes
Yeah.
out, he attacks it. He just misread it. Usually we thank God Tank isn't here. All right.
Yes. Let's not
He
say it
usually
3 times. We've already said it twice.
he usually attacks those balls, and then he does that, and then we celebrate him for it. But he misread this
Yeah.
one, and he didn't pay for it, but he paid for it right after the next play. So it really sucks because Christoph saves us, and I thought that if they don't score there, we would have been in good shape.
There
Because
was
once they scored there,
yeah.
they kind of just started playing a low block, and they just let us possess the ball, and then just said, "Good luck breaking us down." And then that was basically the second half of the first half, right? And then basically almost the whole second half until we finally scored. Joseph came onto the game, and they had two strikers playing, and they were still all defending. Like Joseph was back there defending. Like
Yeah.
they had no intention of scoring. They were like, "This is it, 1-0. We're just gonna grind out this win." And yeah, like if we don't give up that goal to start the game the way they did, it would have. I think this game might have ended differently.
Well, welcome to the show, Tank. It was good to see you, my friend. And the first thing that I see, I don't know if you wrote a message earlier, but he says our bench couldn't finish their chances. We should have won. It is what it is. I mean, I agree with that too. So I agree with that.
And Ace Leonel, I hate that Miami plays such a high line. We've been doing that since Tata arrived. We play an
Yeah.
extremely high line, which is why I said that the midfield is so important because we can't turn the ball over. Because once we turn the ball over, it's a wrap. Or if they just connect a couple of good passes and are good with their timing for a through ball where somebody else catches it on the other side, we're done, which is what happened on that third goal.
I want to mention something because you asked about 3 strikers, and Adam Andrews is mentioning Borgelin trying to dribble, and he puts a laughing emoji. The one thing that I think that's happening, and I don't know if you've picked up on this, but every time Borgelin comes in towards the end of the game, he ends up getting put like as a winger.
He's dropping back. Yeah, he drops back a lot also, yeah.
Like a midfielder or like a winger. And I think that that's like what Tata is doing. So like, I don't know if he wants him in for like aerial purposes, but it's not working. And Jason is asking if we're going to the game on Wednesday. I don't know yet. It's going to be a game time decision for me because I got to get tickets. I don't know if Danny is going to be going or not.
No,
but we'll see.
No, I'm annoyed at how they screwed me over with my tickets.
So talking about Borgelin.
Yeah, Borgelin. I look, that whole 3 striker thing. I don't get it. I don't think it works. Luis Suarez out on the left side, Campana up the middle, Borgelin on the right. That makes no sense to me. Borgelin isn't going to dribble the ball up, even though he tried. I give him that. He tried. He ended up like fouling somebody, and then the guy ended up wasting like 2 minutes that we didn't get back at the end.
Yes.
It's just, I don't know. And then Noah Allen had a silly foul down the right side where the other guy spent another 2 or 3 minutes down on the ground wasting time. We didn't get those minutes back either. I don't know. All in all, just a disappointing result because I thought that Montreal didn't necessarily look like a great side. I didn't think so. I thought that they let us possess the ball. We could have done more with it. We had some opportunities that we kind of blew. I thought Robert Taylor had a couple opportunities that he blew. Campana didn't look great. And Jordi Alba, man, that goal. You want to talk about that goal where Sergio Busquets kind of just leaves it off for him and then just beautiful. That's the type of stuff. That's the type of stuff that you expect to see Messi do. And then the way it just curved into the top left corner of the goal, that was beautiful. When he scored that, I was like, oh, we're making a comeback. We're gonna win.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, if you guys are watching, that play,
Peaches super slam.
First subs at 66 today progress. That's good. Yeah, absolutely. And then we have Deegan that says seems like a trust the process kind of result. I mean, again, a lot of people were getting rotated, because we have this game coming up against Nashville. But I don't know if you guys picked up on the Jordi Alba goal, but if you look at a replay of it, I'm pretty sure you're going to see my son and I that are sitting there because it happened literally right in front of us. It was
extra dramatic.
Yes. Oh, well, I mean, listen, but we are dramatic. We scream at goalies. We scream at refs. It's a beautiful thing.
I know. Jose's growing up to be a Chris Jr. for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, it's you got to enjoy the game. And Alejandro saying Redondo looked really good. No homo, soccer speaking. Don't worry about it, buddy. He did look really good, and he did look very handsome. Did look good. Yes,
we got some handsome guys on this team. We got Campana now, Redondo.
Yeah, got some lookers.
For sure.
Yeah. I will wait for the camera next time, Lawrence. I just don't know when it's looking at me. So, One World, One Goal says that she saw me on TV. That's awesome. That's awesome.
All right. So we gave up that goal in the 13th minute. We tied the game in the 71st minute on that Sunderland to Campana goal, and then all of a sudden everybody started scoring. We had Cocarro, which annoyed the hell out of me all game. Always complaining, always bitching at the refs. God, that guy was annoying. It had to be Uruguayan. He took that 2-1 lead, and then when I had 78th minute, that was the only open play goal that we gave up, which was really rough. Once we gave that up, it felt like the game was over. Jordi Alba went ahead, got that goal in the 80th minute we were just talking about. And I honestly thought that we would pull out a draw. I was waiting for it. I was very surprised that we ended up not winning this game because once Jordi Alba hit that goal, I thought that it was almost a sure thing. And you know what? If it's not for Borgelin missing that goal right in front of the goalie, he like sailed it somehow.
Yes.
I thought that was the chance right there once we didn't get that, that sucked. But I thought we had a chance. I thought we should have at least gotten out of here with at least a point.
Well, and I really thought that we had an opportunity when we saw 9 minutes after the 90th. But then once we started seeing players go down and soak up time, and then referees take out their handy dandy Blues Clues notebook, take out their handy dandy crayon and start taking time and talking to the TV like, oh, look, guys, let's write this name. We wrote a name. Like, get out. It was the worst.
I keep saying this from different people, and I know we don't want to address it, but I'm just going to ask you. If Messi plays today, do we get a result?
I think so. I mean, Messi is like a game changer. Messi's like the greatest player of all time, at least the greatest player alive at this moment. Do I think we would have gotten a result? I think so. I think that the offense would have been a little bit smoother. I think the first 10, 15 minutes were straight caca.
But he doesn't help it. Those 3 goals still happen with Messi playing. What you're saying that we would have had enough at least to draw.
I think. Well, I mean, if you think about it, if the offense moves more smoothly, then that means the other team has the ball less time, which means they probably would score.
We had the ball 61% of the time. Like, they were giving us the ball.
I mean, maybe I'm only thinking if they have the ball less time because you have somebody like Lionel Messi running point, then I think that they'll have the ball less time, have less opportunities. Maybe we squeak out a win 3-2. So, and Min is saying, is that even a question?
It was.
Yeah, it was a question. And Arias is saying maybe one less. Gilly Chris is saying you win this game with Messi. No, Gilly, we win this game. You're here with us, buddy. So like and subscribe. Inter Miami, baby. We win this game with Messi. So let's be in the same party, guy. Let's not separate ourselves. I think we win. You really think that we'll still draw or we'll have the same result with Messi?
I think we could have maybe drawn. But the way our defense was playing, we were giving up on those set pieces. We were giving up 3 regardless. Messi playing or not, we would have given up 3.
And this is a good point, though, Danny. Joker says save him for Wednesday. This game means nothing. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, it's early in the season. Still got a bunch of games left in the MLS season. So, I mean, it's good, I guess, to take the L as early as possible. And somebody had mentioned that Tata said that we were probably going to bench him this game anyway. So it's kind of expected that we didn't play him this game. So,
and Joe Guru says, would love to see Ruiz going forward one time. Yeah, we were just talking about that. I'd rather see him in the midfield or playing out in the wing rather than wing back. I don't think that he's that guy defensively. So at least not wide defensively, not as a fullback. So I would like to see him playing up there. I thought Lassiter was getting by whenever he wanted.
Well, and I feel like we're kind of coming to the end here, guys. But before we come to the end of the podcast, I want to ask you guys who you think, because I asked who the worst player was, in your opinion. Who do you guys think was the best player? And I don't want to hear Alba. Get Alba out of here. Don't bring up Alba. Who do you think was the best player other than Jordi Alba? Because Jordi Alba would be the clear winner here, no?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, everybody's going to say Alba, but I don't want to hear Alba. I want somebody else. Give me somebody else other than Alba.
Well,
we got Taylor. We got Redondo. We got
Robert Taylor was a good one. Robert Taylor's a good answer. I saw somebody put David Ruiz. I don't know if I would put David Ruiz there. Sunderland wouldn't be a bad answer.
Yeah. I mean, most of the names I see here is this, Redondo or Taylor. Those are the two that I'm seeing a lot. And look, you have Abijay that's saying Sunderland and Taylor. So
I think Sunderland, that's Sunderland. Sunderland is going to be good also. But Redondo with Busquets and Messi up top. Wait till they get their timing going. It's going to be good. They're going to do really well together.
And Zeta, saludos. I hope you're with us tomorrow. Bienvenido al show de Español mañana a las 10.
Yes, we'll be tomorrow. We're going on at 9 o'clock with Uncle Mad. We'll ask him what he thought about the first leg of the Nashville game, and we'll preview the second leg coming up on Wednesday. And then at 10 o'clock, we'll have better here in Espanol at 10 o'clock, where we'll be talking about the Nashville game, and then again today's also. Um, Joe Kern, Danny looks defeated. Yes, I am sick as heck. I am toughing through this, but I feel like crap.
You look
That's why I
like you're
didn't
about to pass out.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go to the game. And I hate missing games. I very rarely miss games. But yeah, I couldn't make it today. I had the runs. I didn't want to have the run. It's a long drive. You can't make an hour plus drive, be at the stadium, and then an hour plus back when you got the runs. Forget that.
And
So.
Alejandro, Danny and I as MVPs. I'll give Danny the MVP because he looks like he's about to pass out. So, Danny,
Yeah,
you
sorry if
are
my
the real
energy was really
MVP.
low today. I apologize if my energy is low. I hope that tomorrow night I'll be feeling better and doing better.
Is this true? Mr. Beast was at the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why
That's
everybody makes
really
such a big deal
cool.
about him.
How did he get his money? How does he get his money, that guy? Like,
I'm not sure what he does. I just know that he has like a million people or millions of people on subscribed to his YouTube channel. And like, I don't know if that's how he got famous, giving away money, but like now he like gives away money. I'm not sure what exactly he did. And then I saw somebody saying this guy, Mark Rober. I don't even know who that is. That's how I know I'm getting old. I don't know these YouTube celebrities.
what?
I don't know. Who the hell is Mark Rober? I don't know.
Well, Mr. Beast, I don't know what he does, but whatever he does, he has so much money that he just like, I saw a video of him going to like gajillion-dollar houses and like renting gajillion-dollar houses. He made a whole what is that show that you've been watching? That he made like the show that you were watching on Netflix of the numbers, the 451 people. Jeez, man, it escapes me. Jeez,
Squid
Danny.
Game?
Yes, he made like a whole Squid Game like show, and it was phenomenal. But like, how did he get money to make that whole course? First of all, if I made that course, I'd play by myself in there. I wouldn't invite anybody.
I don't know. And at this point, we're just talking crap. Anything else about the game? We are 4 games into the season. We're 2 wins, 1 draw, one loss. How do you feel about the start of the season? Right, we never expected to win the Supporters Shield. Right, I expected to probably be like 4th, 5th, or 6th in the East. So obviously, I knew that we would eventually lose games. Right, like I'm not up in arms because we lost a game. I mean, I know we're gonna lose games because, with the rotation and our best player not playing a lot of the games, we're gonna drop some. Even though today felt like we could have gotten away with the draw. How do you feel about the start of the season so far?
Blue fan, get out. I get it. Be quiet, please. Okay. I feel good about the start of the season. I think taking a loss without Messi is good. Thank you, Alejandro, for helping us out. We'll make sure to get him some meds. So, and Alex, I was at the game. It was fun. It was amazing. And I love the weather. The weather was really good. It wasn't too hot. I was out playing soccer with my son too, so that was really cool. But I like how we've been going so far. I mean, our only losses without Messi, without any of the Barca boys starting aside from Jordi Alba. I mean, I think everything is going to work out. I think that we're going to do pretty well this year. I'm looking forward to the future. So,
and next week I would expect something similar, if not even more drastic than what we saw today, as far as rotations go. We play against DC United. DC United has 1 win, 2 draws, no losses, and we're playing in DC. I would expect that there's going to be heavy rotation for that game. I wouldn't expect to see Messi or Luis Suarez in that game. So we'll see if we can get a result there. That'd be great. If not, there's a good chance that we end up 2 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses next week. But we'll talk about that later this week.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm excited. I'm excited for the season. I'm excited for this game against Nashville too. It's going to be fun tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorrow we'll talk to Mr. Mad, Uncle Mad.
Yeah.
To see what he has to say. And that's it. All right, Chris, any final thoughts?
No, man. We took a loss, but it was a loss that kind of people were expecting or anticipating. So no big deal. Next show, Florida Man, is going to be tomorrow at 9 o'clock. So don't forget to sub and do all that YouTube
You can do
stuff.
that notifications. The notifications just let you know when you hit that little
Yes.
bell. And it'll let you know when we go on. But yeah, tomorrow at 9 o'clock and then at 10 o'clock in Espanol. I'm sure we'll be talking about the cards that he thought that there was like 3 red cards that should have been given. I'm sure it's going to be an interesting conversation with Uncle Mad. And
Yes.
and then again in Espanol at 10 o'clock.
And
good.
yeah, put notifications. We're not like Ring. I downloaded Ring today for the first time and I got a gajillion notifications. Ring, you guys are the absolute worst. I just wanted to mention that. So I don't think we're going to be sponsored by Ring. And if we do ever at some point, I'm not taking it.
I appreciate you, Tank. And yeah, everybody's telling me to go to sleep. No, I am. I might go throw up first and then I'll go to sleep. I've felt it come up a couple times. All right. If you are listening on audio, we appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please leave us 5 stars, comment, review, all that other good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, share it, tell your friends. And for those of you in the chat, as always, we appreciate you hanging out with us for the last hour. Richard Greenberg, what's going on? Appreciate you jumping on at the very end. I hope everything's doing well in Toronto. And again, appreciate you guys joining us. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, all that other good stuff. And tomorrow, hopefully I'm feeling a little healthier. We give you a good show tomorrow when we get Uncle Mad on at 9 o'clock to talk Nashville for the Champions Cup second leg. So until the next one, have a good one.
Thank you, son.